Good morning, fellas. Blue Dream MMA here. Today we're gonna be breaking down the main card for UFC 301. 301 is actually a pretty good card. I hear a lot of people talking mad shit about it, saying that it's not worth it. No. Of course, it's pretty expensive for what we get, but it's still a pretty good card. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a lot of fun for this. So first fight of the night, Paul Craig versus Caio Borralho. Paul Craig is actually a comeback kid. He's that kind of guy that gets beat up first, then goes up and just subs your ass, breaks your arm, chokes you out, whatever the hell he wants to do. So he's a really dangerous fighter because whenever he gets dropped, that's when you're in actual trouble. Although lately his striking has gotten better. He's a little bit more confident with it as well, and a little bit more technical than he used to be. So I don't think he's going to be able to really strike with Caio, because Caio is a much better striker than he is. He has a lot of power as well. We used to say it was the evil Paulo Costa, but honestly, he seems like the chill version of Paulo Costa actually. So I think it's going to be a pretty good fight. I do think that Caio Borralho is gonna go and probably finish him in the second round or maybe the third round. I can't wait for that fight, honestly. So the second fight is going to be Michel Pereira versus Ihor Potieria. That is a good fight as well. Michel's coming up for 170. He's shown so far that, a thing that we've seen a lot with these guys going up to fight higher divisions. You can really see the difference in skill level. I think that Michel Pereira is going to go out there and really outskill Ihor Potieria. Ihor Potieria is coming up from 205. So that tells you something. He already wasn't that technical over there. At 185, he's not really technical either. Like, he's not the best striker that I've seen at 185. I think that Michel Pereira is probably one of the best ones in this whole division. And it's really hard to grapple with. He's so fast for these 85ers. So imagine how fast it's going to be for Ihor Potieria. But Potieria is a good fighter still. He got power in his hands. He would be able to drop him if you could hit him. But honestly, I don't think it's going to go too well for Ihor. I think that Ihor is going to get dominated. Probably going to be decision or a third round finish. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. I like Anthony Smith, guys. I really think that he should be able to beat Vitor Petrino. But with what he's shown us lately, he's on a constant decline. You can tell that he's not as good as he used to be. Not that Anthony Smith was ever like a legend of the game type fighter, but he used to be. He was a pretty good fighter, but he also has that hype train derailer thing about him. He's good at beating the guys coming up, but he really struggles with the guys already established. But in this case, I'm not sure that he's going to be able to go out there and do the same thing that he did to like Ryan Spann back then. Because from what we saw in the last fight, I don't know, he didn't do too well versus Ryan Spann. And yeah, I think Vitor Petrino has too much power. He's fast, and he's pretty big as well. I don't think that Anthony Smith is going to be able to just go out there and grapple with him and just take him down at will. But yeah, if it was Anthony Smith from in his prime, like maybe three years ago or something, I think that back then Anthony Smith would have been able to beat Vitor Petrino. But right now I'm not sure about that, honestly. I think that Vitor is gonna go out there and I think get a decision or a finish in the second round. Now we have Jose Aldo versus Jonathan Martinez. That is a cool fight as well. It's a really intriguing fight because Jose Aldo is coming up from retirement, basically. Honestly, I'm not sure why he retired after his last fight. I understand that he wanted to go on a high note because he had a really good fight versus Merab. Merab wasn't able to take him down at all. Merab basically won on cage control. So Jose Aldo obviously still has it. He's still much better than most bantamweights, if you ask my humble opinion. But he's been retired for a minute now, so Is ring rust real? With Jose Aldo, I don't know, man. Like Jose Aldo is a legend in the game. He's still so technical. He's one of the best strikers in history. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. And Jonathan Martinez has two. He has two leg kick finishes in a row, which is pretty. It's pretty messed up if we're being real. Uh, like he has some of the cleanest leg kicks that we've seen in a long time. Of course, he's not the only one to have leg kick finishes, but like the Barbosa is the only one that has more than one. So that tells you a lot. He definitely is a good striker, good Muay Thai guy. In the boxing realm, I'm not sure he's gonna be able to really hang with Aldo like that. I think that Aldo is really crisp when it comes to the boxing compared to Jonathan Martinez. But honestly, I think that Jose Aldo should be able to check the kicks. He's shown that he's not someone that can get leg kicked like that. So I really think that's gonna be able to check the kicks, and if he gets to that, he should be able to wrestle with him as well, bro. Because I think Jose is a better grappler as well. He just doesn't use it offensively too much. And also, if you look at it in the boxing, like I said, Jose is much better. So I think that Jose Aldo is gonna win the fight. Although I wouldn't be surprised if he goes out there and gets beat. I don't think he's gonna lose to leg kicks. Of course not. I mean, he's really defensively sound. His biggest issue really is cardio, and this is a 3 round fight. So honestly, I think that Jose is gonna be able to hang. Anyways, it's not like he's fighting a guy like Max that has the avalanche effect that goes out there and fucking just puts a pace on you. So the Jota Martinez is a good fight, but I got Jose Aldo winning this by decision, or like body strikes, like how can I say this, body kicks and stuff. But yeah, I think Jose Aldo is winning this fight. And now for the main event, we have Steve Ursig, I'm not sure, versus Alexandre Pantoja. This is a really intriguing fight as well. Steve Ursig has really good boxing. He's shown that he's really a technical striker, one of the most technical strikers in the 125, which is saying a lot because there's a lot of good strikers in that division, a lot of good guys overall, and Steve Ursig is definitely one of them. Ranked number 11, the last number 11 that got a title fight was Ala Quinta versus Habib, and we saw how that went. But Steve Ursig in this case, honestly, he's came into the UFC, dominated his first two opponents, dropped them, um, showed that his boxing is really crisp, really clean. That left hook of his is like I've noticed that the left hook doesn't land as much, but when it does, it stings guys or it knocks him down, knocks him out. Either way, and the last guy he beat was Matt Schnell. He knocked him out like pretty badly. But Matt Schnell was again dominated kind of, but he was hitting a lot. You can tell that Steve Ursig is also like his head movement in the pocket is not the best. Like you can tell that he can get hit in the pockets. But in the distance, he's a really dangerous fighter. And Pantoja tends to like to hang around the distance and just rush in to throw hooks. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Ursig just goes out there and knocks him out. Like he could knock him out in the first or second. I think that this is when he's the most dangerous fighter, the first and the second round. After that, I think that the pace that Pantoja is going to put on him, or if Pantoja is able to get him to the cage and just put his weight on him, like he does to all these guys at 125. I really think it's going to be an issue for our boy Ursig, you know. Ursig, honestly, he's shown that he's a good wrestler as well, good grappler. He can finish guys on the ground. Like he did that in the regional scene. Like he's a really decent grappler. His wrestling is pretty good actually. But yeah, like for a striker, he has really good wrestling. And the thing with Pantoja is the way that he likes to rush. He could get caught by like a defensive takedown as well and end up on his back. So you have to really take Steve Ursig serious. Honestly, he's a really intriguing fighter. Not because of the boxing, because Pantoja already just like he beat Moreno for the belt, and Moreno is pretty good. Is a pretty good boxer himself. Lots of left hooks that landed on Pantoja, but Pantoja has a really strong chin. So honestly, bro, even Figueiredo, who was landing bombs on Pantoja, was not able to knock him out, and that's pretty crazy because he was landing all night. Pantoja he's really open as well. His head movement is not that great. He's pretty open to left hooks. I've seen that left hooks is his main weakness. So honestly, could be a really bad thing versus Ursig. So personally, I'm gonna have to go with Pantoja. I'm gonna have to go with Pantoja. I think that Pantoja is gonna be able to go out there, land the wrestling, be able to grapple with him, and after the second round, when Steve Ursig is not gonna be able to knock him out because of the strong chin that Pantoja has displayed, I think that he's gonna be able to push him to the cage, drag him to the ground, or just put his weight on him. And I'm gonna have it 48-47. I have it 48-47 for Pantoja. So yeah, basically these are my picks for the night. Y'all make sure to go watch UFC 301. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a really good card. So we're gonna discuss it after. Until then, y'all have a good time. Have fun watching the card, and I'm out, man.